So what is this we looking at? Now we got this. We on a green screen in front of a open fire. Okay. Okay. Since you got me reversed, you got me on the green screen. Okay.
We in that thing, yeah.
We in that thing, yeah.
Welcome, everybody. Welcome to the Double Down. We are testing right in front of y'all's face, man. We are live testing. I hope you can hear the audio. If you can't, then your mama had you too close to the TV as a child, and now your ears ain't no damn good. I got the chat up. The chat says they love you already, Heather.
Hi.
33. And already she has won the hearts of the people.
Oh my God, I'm so honored.
I mean, I can't take your ass nowhere. You winning the hearts and minds of people already.
Can they just put in the comments that they can't hear though? Can they just tell us?
Yeah, I'm reading comments in real time.
All right, cool.
So it's like, yeah, we can hear the music. Glad to see you back. I can see and I can hear her. Run your mic low. How's my mic low?
Get it together.
I mean, I can cut my mic up a whole bunch more, but I was trying to make sure. Okay, how about now? See, a lot of people say that they can hear just fine. So I'm not
I hear you.
Much. Yeah, see, if you got good headphones, yeah, if you drop your phone in water, you probably can't hear me that well.
Okay. All right, guys, I'm live in the chat, so.
Oh, you don't went and jumped in the chat, Heather? That's what
I got 22% on my tablet, so when it's gone, it's gone. So y'all got me for 22. Let me turn my light down so I can make that last as long as possible.
When we out, we out. That's it. Ain't gonna be no more. Okay.
Yeah, so y'all got me for a minute. I might argue that. Yeah. When the battery go, then I'm quiet until I get to the laptop.
That's gonna be it. So for those of y'all wondering what the hell the Double Down is, y'all know me. I love to argue. I love to debate. And I love to converse. But you cannot do that with somebody who is not equally as smart as you are, because then it becomes bullying. So I scoured the world. I found somebody who can argue with me about anything, from sandwiches to songs to social issues to sweets and treats and all things savory, all the way from Detroit, Michigan. Because she had went to fish, and then she had came back to Michigan, goddamn me. I have my lovely co-host, Heather J.H. in the building. If you are unfamiliar with her,
just go to one of Ron's statuses. I'm the one.
Get out from under a rock. That means you don't follow me on Facebook. Yeah, man. So If you do follow me on Facebook, then you know that we go at it about everything. So I said, hey, let's go at it in front of the people. Let's get the people. See, now this is where you come in the chat room, because y'all are the amen corner, okay? If one of us is making a good point and you agree with that shit, get in the comments and let people know that you agree. I'm with you when you're right. I'm against you when you're wrong. So,
in the words of Howard Hewitt, say amen.
Let the whole church, from all the way to the back pew. Now, speaking of, I'm with you when you're right.
Yeah. But do you remember our first topic?
I do.
I do. Okay. I hope it's the same topic because we can talk about it. I hope it's the same.
I remember our first topic.
All right. What do you think it is? Or what do you remember it as?
Okay, wait. See, so we got this chat amongst ourselves that they can't see. I'm gonna type it and then you let me know if I'm right.
On the Zoom? Yes, that's it. Yes.
Okay, yes.
The invasion. You specifically called it the invasion.
Yes. So I sure hope y'all got y'all some whiskey pulled up and a little bit of tweed rolled up, because we got us a real debate for y'all tonight. Tonight's topic, I present the invasion of the body counters.
Let's go.
The invasion of the body counters. Why has a body count become so important as of late in popular society? Who's counting? What's the true count? Does anybody give their real number? Does anybody know their real number anymore?
Damn.
Let's dive into it. Take it away, Heather J.
Body counts are dumb in 21st century dating relationship. They're tied directly to, you never hear body counts about guys. They're tied directly to the patriarchy and a man's need to diminish a woman and label her in such a way that he can excuse himself from his own bad behaviors. Because once he labels her a hoe, now he doesn't have to do certain things that are required of him. You know what I mean? And the ideal probably doesn't exist, such as treat her a certain kind of way. He doesn't have to respect her. He doesn't have to treat her with dignity. So if he wants to disappear for 3 days and come back on Wednesday like, yo, what's up? That's okay, because she's just a hoe. But if she were, this ideal that doesn't exist, because if you teach high school for 6 months, you'll find out everybody lost their virginity at 12. So the ideal you're looking for just doesn't exist. But if she did, then it would be okay for her to say, you're not doing good enough. You're not earning enough money. You're not stepping up enough. But as long as he can throw a little label on her, he can say she ugly, he can say she fat, he can say she a hoe. It's certain things that will allow him from a societal, from his own peers, it's okay for him to treat her lesser than. And her body count allows him to do that. So I encourage all women to say 0. I don't care if you got 6 kids in the room, say 0.
Ow. Okay, now see, now you went a lot of places right there, Heather J. I wasn't expecting you to end up there, though. Because,
with the lie?
Yeah, at 0.
Oh.
Here's why. Because if a woman's body count is what you say it is used by men as a way of devaluing a woman. It's used as a way of measuring how much respect that you owe her or you don't owe her. Then I would posit that the best way to rid society of that is for every woman to be honest. If it's true what you said, that every woman lost her virginity at 12 and no woman lives this pristine fairy tale life that women have been presenting for the last 100,000 years, then the best way to do away with the societal norm is to do away with the societal lies. So why not tell a person your full-fledged number? I think the reason why women don't tell the full-fledged number is because of what you said. And it's not respect, it's treatment. What I mean by that is there's a certain standard or level of treatment that comes with every woman that has a certain number. So let's just put it in the tens for people that are looking for a metric. So if your number is 0 to 10, well, then you're able to dictate a certain thing, a certain dynamic in a relationship. If your number is 10 to 20, then you're able to dictate a certain dynamic. If your number is 90 to 100, then you can't walk around with the same level of dictation as a woman whose number is 0 to 10.
Even though it has nothing, even though it ultimately has nothing to do, one has nothing to do with the other.
I think they have a lot to do with each other. And I think that it's because of the societal standard that's placed on men. They're interchangeable. Because of what's required of men in society, men place standards on the type of woman that we want to deem our woman, the woman that we're willing to die for, the woman that we're willing to always put her safety, her provision, and her health and welfare above our own. That can't be a woman that every man has had. If a woman wants to position herself in society like she's the prize, aka a nigga always got to pay when we go out, a nigga always got to put you before myself, you're the catch, you're the prize, well, then you can't be no prize if everybody has won you. That's a trinket.
Well, but the strip culture would tell us differently, because if it was,
you said the strip culture?
Yeah, because if it's the girl who's hot because of she has a big butt, or because I'm not talking about the strip club. I'm not saying a stripper. I'm saying the culture tells us different, because there are women who are kind of known, or they're only known because of their body work or the work they've done with their bodies. And they're on a pedestal and they're considered tens, and men would do anything to have them, including spend all their money. So that's not entirely true either. Well, it's just about how you treat me.
And keeping. There are a lot of women that are known for their body work that are, very desirable and sought after by a lot of men, but they all just seeking the conquest. They all want to smash. They all don't want to marry. Like when dudes speak about, let's say, Lori Harvey, for example, I don't hear a lot of dudes saying, "Ooh, I want to marry her."
Well, that's because she would also say no. So she has shown you guys that she's not interested in marrying you.
even before Michael B. Jordan, when it jumped off the deep end, which I don't know what you're thinking about, because that goes towards the whole thing. Like, there are some men who really don't care what a woman's body count is if he feels she is the best woman he will ever get.
He was in love, and love, when people are in love, sometimes they want to get married. It's just, it's okay, guys. It's okay to be in love. It's okay.
Men only fall in love with women that are out of our league.
Oh, I don't know if I agree with that.
I know you don't, because you're not a man. But men.
Well, I'm just looking at my first husband. He I don't think I was out of his league. Yeah, he was in love with me.
He thought you were out.
Yeah. No, he didn't.
Yes. Yeah.
I'm just basing on things he said. I don't think he thought.
You gotta remember, he got you when you was 18. You was young. Everything was tight. You had a head.
Everything is still tight. Thank you very much. Don't you be trying. It ain't gotta be. It's still good though. Okay. we ain't finna do this. Okay, every week.
Why are you talking about it like it's a you? Like, everything's still right.
Listen.
You know, cracks in the leather.
It's a classic car.
But my point is, them tires aren't as treaded as they were when you first off the lot. Them tires are the ball, these days.
Nigga, I'll beat your ass if you were sitting here in front of me. We can't be in the studio together. You're not about to be talking to me like this. All right.
Yeah, you like the way I put that. Them tires ain't as treaded.
Wait a minute. Oh my God.
Hey, and to that same point, I'm not the same V8 motor that I used to be when I was out here 18 and 22. I'm probably about a V6.
Everybody gets better. That's the whole thing. Hey, you're not.
Yeah.
Okay. We're better now than we were 18. Okay, I hope so.
The car can't take no more wrecks, which is why I'm a better driver. Why I drive so good now. I know ain't no more accidents in this one. Can't have it.
Insurance too high.
And then I still got all my original parts. They don't even make parts for 80s models no more. Hell no, you had to get rebuild. But I'm telling you, when your first met you when you was 17 and you was just young Puerto Rican Heather out here in these Detroit streets with the Puerto Rican hair and the black girl booty, he was like, damn, I don't even think I could qualify for that. But he was just a shade older than you, just a sliver older than you, which gave him the ability to buy liquor and other things that your young gallivanting ass wanted. He had access to grown ass life. He was already grown already. So you saw the advantages of being with him. He saw how an uptick would be just in his ego with being with you. I guarantee you, if you go look at the woman he dated before you versus the woman he dated after you, those two women are in two total different leagues. And you are the linchpin in between them. In other words, the girl before you might have been a 5, and the girl after you might have been a 7, and that's because you were the 6. Okay. You know what I'm saying? Okay. I can speak from personal experience. I got my first pretty girl in 7th grade. After that, I knew getting pretty girls was possible. It was like, oh no, she gonna have the cute face. I don't care what kind of body she got. She gonna be real cute in her face. Because I can get cute girls that's cute in their face. I've proven it. I have proof of concept since 7th grade. Once you get the girl, once you get the bad chick that make her own money, everything after that got to be fine with her own money. I have proof of concept. I
mean, that probably works on both sides though. Girls probably do the same thing. Like once you get a baller, you know what I'm saying? You know you can get ballers. You know what I'm saying?
Dude riding a bus until that first dude pulled up in a car. After that, every dude after that has to have a car. No, it does not make her a bad person to not fool with dudes that's on the bus. But she has proof of concept of what she's worth. This is why women that had a baller or a shot caller or a top tier dude in her 20s will not accept in her 40s that she can't get a man like that no more.
They're still out there. That's the problem. They're still there.
And then there's a dude that's 40 that been wanting her since they was in their 20s. He never could get her. And now that she has fallen off a little bit, he can get her. And he is going to restore her back to that person that she thought she was in her 20s, because he has been, it's like if Steve and Laura got together in their 30s. Laura got 2 kids now. She be
by who? Bumper who?
By all them other dudes she dated.
All them other dudes.
Because Laura had a whole bunch of boyfriends. She had 2.
She wasn't necessarily sexually active. She kind of went out of her way to make. It was a whole episode about how she was a virgin and how she wasn't having sex. So I mean, it's okay to have boyfriends, y'all. See, and this is another point we need to speak on. I think y'all think everything is a body count. Everything is not a body count. A body count is specific to sex. I can hang out with somebody. That's not part of my body count. Okay, we dated, but if we didn't sleep together, he's not my body count.
But here's the thing, because y'all are so dishonest about who you did and didn't sleep with.
Nobody. Nobody. Not a soul.
Yeah, like women have a whole that meat didn't count list. Like I just thank God. Mm-hmm. To my knowledge, I'm not on nobody's didn't count list. Like that's why I strive.
I hope that's true.
That's why I strive to be
that's true.
I want my daughter to be proud of me, and I want
by being fuckable. That's gonna make her proud. No. And all the bitches will fuck my daddy.
No, I said that's why I strive to be famous. Number one, somebody proud of me, but number two, so all the women that have gave me some coochie be like, you know what? Yeah, even if I am on her don't count list, that immediately moves me over to the list, the actual list.
Well, it was that one time.
Making it?
I might have hit. Yeah, okay, I know him.
It's a one.
You know what they're gonna do? You know what they're gonna do? They're gonna call you by your real name. That's the number one giveaway. When they want to call you by your real name, like the girl that had sex with Drake before he got on, and she'd be like, "I know Aubrey."
Are you talking about Aubrey? Like he was at his house, so you was his real male, so you know his real name. No, I'm talking about them girls that's like, at first, I was just a dude she smashed, and then she look up on the TV and realize, oh no, I smashed Blaq Run. Like one of our aunties, there's somebody watching right now who mama or auntie let Flavor Flav beat, and she still brags on that. Like, you know, I took Kool Mo D down in 91.
She's not saying it like that. What she's saying is, I used to date. We're not visceral like that. So it's not going to be sexual. It's going to be the dating or the fact that it isn't that she smashed him that she's bragging about. It's that he treated her like a queen. It's going to be like, he used to come get me, take me out. He ain't look like he do now. He wasn't that bad looking. It's going to be something like that. It's not going to be, she's not going to talk about, I slept with him. She's going to be like, he bought me drinks or he.
Oh, some girls be smooth, like smashed him, took him down. I did
That's
that.
Revenge.
Yeah.
That's she's trying to hurt somebody.
Trying to ruin his life.
She's trying to hurt somebody when she talking like that. Girls don't just talk like that for no reason.
She probably don't look nothing like how she looked when he took her down. Them be the main one. That's what dudes, and that's the difference between women and men. I believe that's why women are very much so, no, I don't care who said they smashed me. If I didn't have that man's child, we never slept together. If he and I weren't married, I didn't have his child.
And even then,
unless you got videographical proof of me.
Show me the Carfax.
I'm talking about I got to be holding my ID and the family Bible turned open to the page with my entry on it. And I got to be getting smashed on my grandmama's.
At the same time. And even then.
If my face is in the camera.
If my face ain't showing, it ain't me.
So like with dudes, we more like we get embarrassed later on in life. Like we just chilling and then out the woodworks comes some booger wolf like, I used to hit him. And it's like,
like I said, she want to hurt somebody. The girl that does that is feeling very eclipsed and she's feeling devalued by you. And so she wants to embarrass you to get her lick back because you made her feel bad.
Most comedians' first baby mama be.
That's because that's who had the car and let them drive to all the shows.
Hey, because she believed in you. It was like, it ain't.
She let him stay there, but he had nowhere to go.
So when did I treat her bad? By not telling the world that I hit.
Or by, as soon as you got $3 in your pocket, going and getting somebody who was a little more attractive. That's a huge slap in a woman's face when she knows she's not pretty, or she knows she's not traditionally pretty, because everybody's beautiful. But when she knows she's not what the Western civilization would consider pretty.
That is what we're not going to do.
What? Everybody's beautiful.
We know
We're all children of God.
everybody
God
is
didn't make no
beautiful.
mistakes.
Because if
Everybody's
everybody's beautiful, everybody is ugly.
Okay, everybody is, but in this dynamic, it has to be one. Either everybody's ugly or everybody's beautiful. We can't.
I'm gonna go everybody ugly because I refuse to believe that everybody's beautiful.
Everybody's beautiful to someone.
I've been looking at people my whole life. I have seen some things.
And sometimes inner beauty will radiate outward. The point is, if you take I don't know how the lesser attractive men take this, if they take it as a gut punch. I think men are more concerned with money and the trappings, but for women, it's definitely looks. So if you're with a bufferilla, okay, and then because if you're with a bufferilla because you had no money and you stayed with her and drove her car and you loved her because you needed her, and as soon as you got $1, you went and got this other chick, or you pretended you didn't know her, or you minimized the relationship. Like, I mean, that's my friend. I mean, like, that's my girl, but that's like my girl, and all the things guys do that hurt women. Oh yeah, she definitely wants to get you back when she realizes you're not coming back. So it might take her a couple years, 3 years. But yeah, she gonna see you out public and be like, somebody do like you ain't used to eat this pussy, nigga. Yeah.
From the back.
Because you made her feel really bad.
Yeah. And niggas be like, oh, you gonna act like you don't know me? And I used to take you down. Many times I done smashed you in the back of my mama's car, and you be like,
now what guys will do that with, it won't just be sex. It won't be emotion. It'll be if they spend some money. So like the little trick dude, or the dude that was like the little dumb baller dude, the one that literally was just trying to buy your love. And when he realized you just was gonna take his money and his purses and all that, and then he gonna see you with a dude with a regular job. Yeah, he about to be like, oh, you weren't saying all that. Yeah.
I took her everywhere.
But you know why though? Because it all connects back to body count. Because all he has to do is he spent. He don't have to say nothing else. The other guys are going to believe she had sex with him, whether she did or not.
Because he knew what it cost for him to hit.
Or because it's just men value money. So if he's saying, exactly. So if he's saying, well, I got 2 dinners in a movie, and you saying you bought Gucci and Louis, well, I know you hit when it's like, nah,
your mama
it don't mean that at all.
He hit you in your booty for a while. Yeah. You was doing all that.
And depending on how the respect he has for the man, because men value women based on how they value the men they know she was affiliated with too. So if they're looking at him like, really, like let's say he's pre-med. Let's say the guy's a doctor or a lawyer, or he's pursuing something, revered, and he's a drug dealer. Now he might have a whole bunch of money, but he's like, I went to Harvard and he's a dope dealer. Like, that's what you like? Right. She lost points immediately. Right. So the guy knows that. So of course he's gonna call her. But the same thing is true with the woman. If the woman come in the bar and see a guy she used to mess with, woman you
used to be with, and she be like, that's what you like?
Yeah, because the other girl gonna be like, and she's gonna be like, well, what was that? Because were you just using her? Yes, exactly. So that's why. So people definitely are calling you out publicly to embarrass you and hurt you and to get a lick back. Okay. There's no other reason to do it. That's why I don't experience stuff like that, because I leave everybody in a good Zen place. Men don't want to hurt me in that way.
Right.
That's why when I say I didn't have sex with them, they go, she right, she did. They agree with my version of events.
Not with you. Okay, so I just had an epiphany while we was talking, because you said something that was partially false. You said men don't care about our looks. We equate our.
No, I'm saying to get that reaction.
So with money and success. So here's my epiphany.
Okay.
Men and women care about their looks equally. People that are unattractive try to supplement one or two ways: with their success or with their promiscuity. And that's male or female. Dudes that are unattractive will brag about how much money they got or how well they can fuck. Women that are unattractive will brag about what degree she's earned or what job title she has or how well she can fuck.
Or how well she treats her man. She's gonna try to compensate with some. I mean, this is not a total. So let's say both sides. Sometimes they're gonna try to show you I can, because I've met guys who maybe weren't my type, but they're gonna let me know how good they're gonna treat me.
The woman that brags about how well she does man is unattractive and also can't brag about her job. That's the ugly chick that works at Cracker Barrel with the heart of gold that can like fix the hole in the sock, give you head, make biscuits from scratch. She keep the kids. Like, she has a heart of gold. That is the type of woman that a dude fresh out of prison marry.
Okay. Let me just, you know what? We need a cough laugh button, because you can't be saying stuff like that. She did the prison dating program.
Come on, we're gonna act like the prison pal program ain't full of a bunch of preciouses and pound puppies.
Okay. All God's children are beautiful. We cannot do this. We're gonna get canceled. Okay.
We're gonna double down on it. Huh?
Hey, we gotta get some merch. Okay.
Ugly, with a finger doing this. Ugly women love joining prison ministries.
Okay, I had a very good friend that did prison ministry, and she was beautiful. She's a beautiful girl. Beautiful
on the inside or on the outside?
No, on the outside. She really was a beautiful girl. She really did want to help. Like, she was getting her PhD. This is crazy. She really did want to help, but like, she wasn't ugly. Because I remember when I read her book.
She was also
I read her book,
in her PhD.
And I remember being like, wow. Because I was thinking the same thing, like, wow, she's really pretty.
What are you doing?
Shout out to my girl. Shout out to my girl. No, she had a big heart, and she really wanted to help those men. Like, she really wanted to help.
It was a real calling on her.
Yeah, it was a real calling for her.
You know what?
Yeah.
See, and I'm such a cynic. Like, I know for a fact, if you find and you got a heart of gold, either your credit or your sex game is trash. One or two. Like, you either failing in life or failing in
life. Fine with a heart of gold. But I'm fine with a heart of gold.
Yeah, and you lazy in that bed. Like, we're gonna do it now, right? All right.
No, I think what it is I don't have a heart of gold. I'm not about to claim of being bad in bed. What I will claim is,
because I know your credit good. I know you credit good. I know you.
No.
What do I mean by good? I mean 650 or better.
I mean, I usually get the card if I apply.
Legibly, if I fill out the application in longhand, let me see what these comments are talking about. Hold on. Yeah, see, Texas Trina say, I don't know. You got to be easy on the eyes. See?
Who got to be easy on the eyes?
That's why there's they call dudes. Like, all these dudes are referring to themselves as medium ugly these days. No, nigga, that means you ugly, bro. Like, basically, like, when I say I'm medium ugly, I mean, like, if I don't have a fresh retwist, a beard trim.
You saying you just, you're not clean, you're not cleaned up. Right. Okay.
Yeah, if I don't
you also got
look
height.
like I'm there.
You also got height and mad BDE. You know what I'm saying? So, like, you know what I'm saying? That kind of factors in as well. But
also,
I was not raised in a house where we were just allowed to call people ugly. So, like, my dad would get really upset with us if we were just like, you ugly. And he'd be like, oh. And he would be like, say unattractive. And I used to be like, that's actually way worse. Ugly is like an insult you just throw. Unattractive is like you put some thought into how to call them ugly. So I'm just not a person that's gonna call people ugly.
I'm decidedly against it. You are unattractive.
You are. That's like we had sat down and thought about it. You know what I mean? That's really mean to me. But I'm just the kind of person that, and I've seen a man think a woman is beautiful who I personally did not think was all that. But he thought she was beautiful, and his opinion mattered because he loved her. You know what I'm saying? So sometimes when you love somebody or you get to know them on the inside, they become beautiful to you. So I don't really I don't really like just being like, you ugly. You know what I'm saying? That's just not who I am.
No, Heather, I'm not.
I'll call you some other things. Stupid. Yeah, I'm all over your dumb ass.
I'm not about to let you.
What?
Just because
I'm a stand-up comedian doesn't mean I call people ugly.
That just lets me know that your daddy was working on you and your heart of gold that you don't have. That's why you want to let.
He tried. Yeah. He tried. I fought him though. I fought him.
Ugly ass people ugly. That's what you're gonna do. Say that. No.
If I call you ugly, I'm so mad, and you are so ugly. Like both things are happening at the same time. And if we fight, right? No. You're ugly, and you have pushed me to a limit. I don't care if you fist fight, like for real. Like we can throw hands at the point that I'm calling you ugly. Wow. Ugly is like my bitch.
Oh, with your ugly ass. Now fight some.
If I say ugly, first of all, if I'm a roaster that's going to couple, so I'm never going to throw one insult. It's going to be 10 adjectives and ugly. And ass. You know what I'm saying? So by the time I finish the sentence, oh yeah, you're going to want to punch me in the mouth.
And on top of all of that, you ugly. Yeah, whatever I just said to you, all of that is true. On top of that, you ugly.
Now, what I will say, in a fair-minded, reasonable kind of way, men that start shit on social media that don't have profile pictures and don't have like a picture of Homer Simpson or an eagle or something crazy, but they talking the most shit, they tend to be unattractive men.
Yeah.
They tend to be lacking facially.
And to that same point, I've noticed that like the women that are assertive and aggressively so, to the point where they are provocative or egregious, they are oftentimes very unattractive. The woman is willing to fist fight a man, like she
where you at? I'll pull up.
Yeah,
I'll pull up.
That's her leading. Like, well, we can fight. It's like, well, they just put mayonnaise on your burger when you ask for mustard. It's like, like that woman right there, yeah, that she's usually her daddy's son in the face.
What I have also noticed is that a lot of times women who are not raised to have any vanity. So, there's growing up, and I'm sure the women on the feed will attest to this. There was always two camps. It was like the girl that wanted to wear lip gloss and the girl that wanted her hair done. And then the girl that never got her hair done, never put on any makeup, never put any of the external effort in or whatever. And then when she got older, she can, so you're seeing her at the restaurant, you're seeing her at the chicken wing spot, and you running into her. And yeah, she still got the same wash face she had when she was 10. Wow. And so she feels unattractive, but then you look at her, you're like, you're not really bad looking. You just don't put no effort into yourself. And then the attitude kind of takes over. So like I said, the ugly comes from the inside or whatever. But it's like, we could get you together and you probably wouldn't even be that bad looking. But you always want to be the chick that's like, I don't wear makeup. I don't do all that. All right, well, that's why you're ugly. But that one I don't mind saying it because it's not really true. You know what I'm saying? You're not ugly, you just plain.
I know some women that are that have remarkable features. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they got good features.
Nice eyebrows, good cheekbones, lips be big and juicy, waist snatch and shit. But that resting bitch face that some women have can make them look so unattractive that whatever's going on, that little turmoil on the inside of your body got you looking like you just smelled a wet fart. Like you just sit over there just disgruntled and grudging in your face. Like, what's wrong with your face? Why your face so toe up? It's like when dudes used to walk up and tell women to smile 5 years ago before they became outlawed. Like those were the women we were talking to. You cute with your ugly ass, but you got an ugly face on right now, but you're very attractive. I don't like the way you hold your face. Like, what's the matter? Why did you come out?
Well, first of all, what we have to never forget in the Black community, we need to work on mercy. We need to work on just acknowledging the systemic, everlasting pain that some of us are just in at any given moment for any given number of reasons. So to me, when I both, you know what I mean? So when I more so emotional, when I see women like that, who obviously I'm not telling them to smile and all the stuff that guys are doing, but if I talk to her for 5 minutes, I'm gonna find out why she's making that face. And she probably got a reason that don't have nothing to do with the environment she's in. You know what I mean? We carry a lot as Black people. And some of us are just not happy. Okay? We're just not happy people.
She ate some cheap food because that's all she could afford for lunch.
No. She came out to relax with her girl. She got a phone call in the car on the way there from the baby daddy that was supposed to pick up the oldest son. You know what I'm saying? So it'd be a lot going on. And some people are able to put on a poker face and some people can't. They wearing their emotions on their face.
Time they come to the club, the DJ play them same 4 songs in a row. Like you can tell which part of the mix he is based on what song is playing. And all of that is just together like, I don't even know why I'm here. And then here comes
okay, so you know what? You're not 100% wrong with that one. Because sometimes what women will do is we'll go through a lot to come out the house, right? We'll go through a lot. We'll get a babysitter or we'll push ourselves when we're tired because it's our girl birthday or something. And then we'll get to this location. Disappointment is always based on expectation, right? So if I expect more than I'm getting, I'm going to be disappointed. So I get in the room. It's free before 11. It's 10:45. It's a room full of girls that didn't have $20. You know what I mean? And I'm sitting around waiting for the dudes to show up. They're not coming for an hour and a half. And then when they show up, it ain't nobody here I think is cute. So yeah, I feel like I wasted my night. And my babysitter in my office. Like, yeah, I'm sitting here like this. They go work at home.
But you can't, because all y'all rode together.
Because we are in this homegirl birthday, and she having the time of her life.
Because it's her birthday.
Because it's her birthday. But I'm not having the time of my life. And so if I say I want to leave, I'm gonna be the bad guy. If I gotta sit here and kind of suffer through, what's wrong with you? Nothing, I'm good, nothing. Or whatever, when really I want to go home. Or whatever.
Men don't place that level of contingency on our relationships. Like, if for women, if a chick don't show up to the birthday party, she's basically out the clique from that point on. Like, it better be a good ass reason.
No, she's not out the clique. It's just a proviso. It's like always like a asterisk. So it's like, we invited Tamika. She gonna be all right this time because it's like we ain't never gonna let her forget that.
I'm talking about that girl who always got a million excuses. I'm talking about like, this is my birthday, such and such and such. And if you don't call me 2 days prior with a real life problem, I'm expecting your attendance. No last minute.
Oh yeah. People get mad when you miss. Yeah, the queens get mad when you miss the birthday party. You can make it up to them. No, you just gotta take them. You gotta spend some money on them or something. You can get it back. You're not gone forever.
Men don't care. Men don't care like that. We could be friends for 30 years. I could have just saw you 4 hours prior. You was like, hey bro, what you got up tonight? I'm like, shit, I'm having a little birthday party over at so and so. You was like, shit, I ain't got nothing to do. Shit, I'm gonna pull up. But then I know as a man, either you got sleepy or some coochie pulled up, and you was like, man, fuck that shit. Or you went to jail.
Yo, you wouldn't care if your best friend didn't show up to your birthday party?
No, because if he's my best friend, then our friendship ain't contingent on us having this birthday party time together. I'm not 12. Like, nigga don't come to my birthday party. I'm not fucked up about it. Like,
you're not gonna be like, where you was at, bro? Nothing?
No. The next time I see that nigga, I'm gonna be like, man, where your whole ass? Nigga, I saw you 4 hours before my party, nigga. What happened to you? Oh, cuz I went to jail that night. You did?
Okay, but see how the experience went from he's tired to he went to jail. Those are two different extremes.
Whatever the reason was, like, nigga, I talked to you 4 hours ago, nigga, and you ain't come to my birthday party. What happened to you? Man, shit, got to the crib and sat down. Shit, that was the end of that.
Okay, so that will happen with women as they get older, but nobody's listening to I Sat Down in their 20s. Nobody, guys or girls. Everybody gonna be a little irritated about that.
Niggas ain't throwing birthday parties in our 20s.
Well, it depends on what circle you in, because the party people, like when I was in my 20s, all the guys to parties because the parties was money. You know what I'm saying? So Yeah, everybody. If you was a regular clubber, yeah, you put your face on the flyer and be like, it's
right now,
Jonathan's birthday or whatever.
Right now, I want y'all to go in the comments, all the grown men in the comments, and I want you to write down the age that you were when you planned your first birthday party. I ain't talking about somebody threw one for you, because a lot of times your girlfriend would throw you a party, your wife would throw you a party, your baby mama will throw you a party, your mama will throw you a party.
Right. You're talking about when the dude says, my birthday is Friday, we're going to the club, everybody come on, I'm gonna have a booth, it's gonna be a party.
Right.
Okay.
When you go see what your nigga want, he is outside on that horn, something serious.
Listen, I live in West Hollywood. God only knows what's going on outside right now.
Okay.
I'm gonna say right here. I'm gonna stay out of it.
That's West Hollywood. Imagine
I don't want to know. For all I know, that's code for come suck this penis. I don't know what's going on.
I mean, well,
and I don't want to know.
You know that's why we call them honkies.
Cause they blow the horn.
Yeah, because for black people that refer to white people as honkies, that was a term given to white men and women who would come patronize the host role. They would pull up to a whorehouse or to a place of ill repute and honk the horn. And somebody would come out, get in the car, and facilitate them. And those were usually white men, the ones that were too afraid to get out the car and come into the house. So those white men began to be referred to as honkies.
See, I've heard so many different. Did you ever see The Dark Knight? Remember when the Joker, he had like 20 different origin stories? Like, that's how I feel about the word honky. I've heard like 100 different origin stories for that word.
Ooh, because you're a DC fan and you're a writer, who's your favorite Joker? Before we go into the break, who is your favorite Joker? Heath Ledger's Joker or Joaquin Phoenix?
Those are my two choices?
Him is your two choices.
I don't like those choices.
You say Rip Torn? What was you gonna say?
What? You mean Cesar Romero? I think that they all brought something to the character different. And I think they all did one thing well, but none of them did everything well. Because again, the character is so absurd. It would just be impossible for one person to do everything right with this 100-year-old character.
Like some of them act right, but the look ain't right. Some of them.
Well, the dope thing about Cesar Romero is we're talking about 1960, the one that used to come on the reruns back when we was kids. For those that had Batman, old Batman, whatever. He's the first person that tailored the suit. So he brought the suit game to the Jokers, and after that, they began to draw him to look like that. So before that, he would dress more clownish because he was supposed to be a clown or whatever. So, but Cesar Romero, as a Hollywood A-list actor, had a bespoke suit salute. Yeah, he had he was like, he said, I ain't about to be out here looking like no crap. I'm not wearing that or whatever.
He had on like Steve Harvey suits, and then
he had 300 over 300 bespoke suits. So he was definitely the person that went and got suits made for every occasion. And so he was a dude like, no, this is how I dress or whatever. So this is how he'll dress. And if it's purple, fine, it's purple, but it's still going to be a dog ass suit or whatever. So he changed the game in one way. Jack Nicholson definitely changed the game.
Hold on, Detroit. We're not going to use adjectives like dog ass, and people don't understand what that means because talking about something bad. Like, in Detroit, if somebody say something is dog ass or sweet as hell, so like, yeah.
Okay,
like,
if I say a word,
and them shoes were sweet as hell, like.
So since we both coming from dialectual areas of the country with strong dialects, how about if we say something y'all don't understand, just put in the comments and we'll come back and answer. I'll tell you, I'll teach you how to speak Detroit,
baby. No, the word that fucked them up was bespoke. Niggas like bespoke. They've been speaking this whole time. Here you talking about
like people don't know words. Bespoke just means handmade, whatever. But it means a suit that's made for your body, so it's gonna fit much different than
and tailored haberdashery.
Yeah,
is bespoke.
Yeah, that's like a Savile Row. Like that's like the Kingsman. That movie, The Kingsman, that's bespoke. So like this, where the suit makes the man kind of thing.
If you get some haberdashery that can only fit your body, it's bespoke.
Yeah. Ain't nobody borrow your suit.
Yeah.
Because it's made for you, for your curves. Even as your man curves, it's still made for you.
Niggas
so
don't
for him, yeah. So that was that.
Curves. Men do
and
not.
then so you had the
support that. We're not going to support that on the double down. Men
they don't have the same curves as women, but of course they have curves. Nobody's built like a rectangle. We're not stick figures. Yes, a man has curves. He just doesn't have hips and ass. Okay, but he has curves.
Nigga better not be like, can I get some?
The shoulders are curved. I mean, come on.
I wish I would be in the store and somebody hear a dude talking about, I got too much ass for these slacks. You got some more that's got
don't go to Atlanta. Shout out to Atlanta if y'all watching. We love you.
He Bespoke.
I'm pretty sure the Bespoke Atlanta people say I got too much ass for this suit. I'm guaranteed that's a common expression used.
Yeah, that ain't Bespoke.
at a ATL haberdashery.
Okay.
Haberdashery.
Haberdashery. Haberdashery, bitch. Wow. I could just imagine a store called Haberdashery with like an attaché over the E and the R. Anyway, okay.
Detroit had several haberdasheries because Detroit men dress a lot, so we had a lot of stores that was dead ass called dead ass for real. The truth called
means great
haberdasheries.
Another word, Detroit.
Dead ass means it's like on my mama type. Like I'm telling the truth.
Of the utmost importance. Like,
yes. No cap.
Dude, stop me. He say, hold on, young blood, before you make your next move. I was standing at the corner. He said, hold on, young blood, before you make your next move. I said, what's happening? He said, there's some cold steps you got on, baby. I said, that must be what they call shoes up here in Detroit. There's some cold.
Was that my daddy?
Cold ass steps you got there, baby.
That's like something my daddy might say.
So appreciate it. Old men let you know when you look good. Like that's why they be like, women be like, black men don't big each other up. We don't gas each other up. Like, you a lie. You ain't never been looking nice and walk past a grown man over 40. He will stop what he doing to let you know you did that. And he ain't even got to know you. Hold on, my boy. Like two well-dressed black men in the bathroom is one of the best sights you'll ever behold. I'm talking.
I can see that.
Or like really nice bathroom with an attendant in it. Like it's always one dude coming in, one dude going out, one gets the door for the other one type thing. And the one that's getting the door for the other one, he kind of holds the door with his foot, finish wiping his hands off, throw the paper towel, turns around, acknowledges the man that's coming in. It's like, all right now. He said,
all right now.
Boy, your show look good in there tonight. Why? And then they go like, man, they gonna take a step back from each other. Oh shit, I just put a little bit together. Well, I see what you did right there with the salmon on top of the curry, man, with the chocolate. Hey boy, don't you hurt nobody in here, boy. Hey boy, you too short to be walking around without no rubber bands around yourself and nothing like that, boy. I ought to call the health department. Let them know you're cutting up, boy. Boy, ain't you supposed to be at the hospital sharp as you is, boy? You ain't supposed to be at the table sharp like that, boy. Boy, you're sharper than a scary movie villain, boy. Like, black men will big each other up like you have never seen in your. That's why I can't wait to become an old black man. Well, I can just tell, dude, I see what you're doing, baby. I see
you. You can do that now if you want to show love. You can. You don't need to be a certain age.
Yeah, but it's not well received by the younger demographic.
Because everything with y'all is gay, right? Okay.
No, not with my generation, with the younger generation, because the only men that stayed around in their community were all predators of some sort.
Oh my God.
So they only view male authority as somebody that's coming to either change their way of life, tell them how they're living, or do something to them or their mama. And it's bred deep within them. So you can walk up to a young nigga and be like, in order to compliment a young nigga, you gotta sound like you want to rob him, or you want to hit on him. So you gotta walk up and be like, "Hey, that's the new J." He be like, "Yeah," and he put his hand on his gun. He be like, Bro, them whole hard than a bitch, my nigga. You be like, oh, thank you. I appreciate it. Hell yeah. Yeah, they splashing off them jeans, my nigga. Oh, yeah, yeah, them hoes splashing, my nigga. Boy, you got the drip on you. Yeah, you put that shit on. You be like, I appreciate it.
Black men are so broken. So freaking broken. When I approach young men, younger guys, and I tell them they look nice, they beam. Like you could just tell they're not used to hearing it. Like they just light up.
Every young black man's big booty teacher. You know that one big booty teacher we all had somewhere between 5th and 8th grade. She smelled good. Her hands be soft.
You really been throwing little jabs at me all show. I'm an old car. I got bald tires. I'm a 6. Now I'm a big booty teacher. Okay. I'm talking about just a grown man. No, I'm not talking about no little boy. I'm talking about if I see a grown man, 25, 26, and I go, oh, I like your outfit. That's a nice shirt. He's going to be like, thank you. Because nobody tells me look nice today. That's the moral of the story.
Last time he got a compliment, a genuine compliment, without him paying no money or dropping no dick off, was from his big booty teacher in 6th grade. She was like, that is very nice handwriting, Jamar. I was on there practicing. I was hoping you would know this, bitch. Thank you.
Listen, the moral of the story is tell your black man he's attractive so he won't be here for the first time in the street.
That was Biggie Small's problem. He never had no teachers tell him he wasn't going to amount to anything. He sat beside the nigga that got compliments from big booty ass Miss Johnson. Every day she walked by.
You said nobody told Biggie he wasn't going to accomplish nothing.
They never told him.
It's a lie. The whole intro to Juicy is a lie. That never happened. Everybody believed in you. They just didn't think you was attractive. They just didn't think you was cute.
Because he was ugly. That's how it felt. Like Patrick sat right beside him. He's like, that is a lovely sweater you have on today, Patrick. Thank you, Miss Johnson. He said, like, I got a new sweater on too. She ain't noticed my sweater. Like, next week, Patrick.
What was his voice again? Do his voice again. His 6th grade voice.
Sweater on too. She ain't noticed. Next week, Pat come in, got a new haircut. Hey, Patrick. Oh, I see you with your new haircut, Patrick. How nice. Thank you, Miss Johnson. That nigga stole that hairstyle from me. I was the first one with that part. He was sitting there just grown the whole time.
But Notorious came up in the 80s when colorism was so real. He was in New York, some little Dominican, half black, half Puerto Ricans, and they probably was getting all the attention.
Heartthrob never. Black, fat, black, and ugly as ever. However,
we can say it because he said it first, but we couldn't say it if he didn't say it.
No, if he didn't say
he called himself ugly, so therefore
himself fat.
That was a testimony.
Black and ugly, because this was a time when black folks used to call black folks black as a derogatory.
As an insult, exactly, yeah.
So black ass.
Yeah, so all three of those were used to insult him.
Because
and he held it close to his heart.
Equally unattractive, equally cockeyed, and equally big, and equally Jamaican. But he was light-skinned. That was the only difference between Biggie Smalls and Heavy D.
And he could dance.
I think Biggie could dance too. He just had drugs and a gun on him, so you can't.
So he would have dropped his gun. But when Heavy D danced, and when Heavy D danced, everybody would be like, "The fat boy, he can dance and he fat." Like it was always. He took his lumps too. He took his lumps.
Like Brooklyn and Mount Vernon are really close to each other in New York, and so like if you listen to Heavy D, if you pitch him down a little bit, he sounds just like Biggie Smalls.
Yeah, he was definitely the the cleaner. Everybody's mama liked Heavy D. You could listen to Heavy D because your mama was like, is that the light? I like him.
That fat boy that be dancing
with Albie Shore, yeah. So you could get away. But once your mama liked him, and you didn't know more. That to me was what and gangster rap is what killed Heavy D. Everybody's mama. Because one time he did a record signing at the mall in Detroit, and it was like after school type of thing. And I remember we went, and it was like the whole line was mamas. And I remember us being like, no. Like, does nobody want to be here with your mama?
I don't want to go see nobody my mama coochie get wet for. Nobody.
Exactly. And it was kind of like he was kind of like Cedric the Entertainer. Like he brought out those women that like bigger men, and yeah, they was throwing coochie and stuff, just like I've seen them do Cedric. Only Cedric not appealing to kids, so it works for him.
As a kid, the only rappers I was allowed to listen to were rappers that danced.
Hammer,
Big Heavy D, Salt and Pepper.
Well, Salt and Pepper dance very, very in a sexual manner.
It was suggestive as dancing, but it was dancing though. So because they were all in movies and videos where they
couldn't be no threat. Yeah, they're not thugs because they dance.
They videos and everything.
There's some truth to that, I think.
That Too Legit video, I remember vividly. Like what I'm talking about? Too Legit. Like
that was when he was stomping.
I've been saying everybody thought Hammer was in a fraternity. He threw a whole step show.
But I remember that video was on prime time. They gave him like a Michael Jackson, Madonna type of treatment, which was rare for that time period. Yeah, it was like a big commercial. It was like a show was on, commercial break, but it was like a Pepsi thing. And instead of it being a commercial, it was I remember that one, and I remember Like a Prayer by Madonna did the same thing.
Because Pepsi basically stole the Too Legit. He did Too Legit for Pepsi. I remember that.
Yeah, he had. I mean, for a minute, Hammer was, everything.
He was.
Yeah, for a minute, yeah. And then, so they gave him that, and then, then he came from Michael Jackson and said he was going to outdance Michael, and people were like, it's not really a competition. Like, what are you talking about, buddy?
He almost did, but he most certainly did not.
Like, I don't think Michael would have deigned. I don't think Michael would have.
No.
You know what I mean? I don't think he would. I think Hammer would have been on stage by himself. Like, where is he at? Michael would have been like in Paris. You know what I mean? I would never, world tour.
I would never lower myself.
I would never lower myself. I love Hammer. I want him to do well. Michael would say some shit to be like, leave Michael alone.
I don't know why Hammer would feel like.
I don't know why he wants to come for me in that way. I just want us all, as Black people in America. He'll write a song about it. It'll be a slow jam. And everybody will be like, that was Michael's gift.
I want Hammer to know that we are the world, Hammer. We are the children.
I'm looking at the man in the mirror, Hammer. Are you?
It's all about the children, Hammer. What about the children, Hammer?
What about the children, Hammer? Feed these babies, Hammer.
What
exactly.
About children, Hammer?
And then next thing you know, they said, Hammer spent $10 million. Everybody was like, idiot. It was like, the fact that we got mad at him about that, the fact that we lost love for him for that. Like, we ain't even had 10 million. It was like, we thought
on Hammer and started talking about him.
Oh Lord, we was death on him.
Smoked up all his money. Do you know how Hammer went broke?
By bringing 50 people, right? Feed 50 people every day.
The reason why celebrities turn their back on the hood and their family when they get on, because Hammer is a glaring example of you bring everybody with you. This nigga put damn near the entire city of Oakland on his payroll, gave niggas jobs making more money than they ever made with no qualifications. You're going to be head of security. Why? Because you can fight and you from the
because you're 6'3".
And I'm going to give you $10,000 a week to do so.
Yeah.
And rather than motherfuckers save their money and do something good with it and use Hammer and his benevolence as a luncheon pad, they kept eating off of him. And when he was able to make payroll, that's when he filed bankruptcy. And the he filed bankruptcy, people tried to make it seem like because he had a house in Atlanta, that was the reason why he was going broke. He got that, what they call a $2.2 million mansion or $22 million mansion in Atlanta. Bruh, he was paying rent for 100 people in California.
Yeah, they were all living in the house.
That's what was the Poe house.
His entire tour.
Yeah.
They lived in the house with him.
They all lived in the house with him. The driver, the dancers.
Yeah.
The
but I remember at one point he was making them run. So like if you lived in that house, he wasn't laying around. He would make the dancers get up and run like 5-10 miles a day or something crazy every day.
A girl named Tammy.
To keep their stamina up because they was dancing so hard. But were it not for MC Hammer, were it not for Hammer Time, we would not have Oaktown 357 and the classic Juicy Got You Crazy. So I'm grateful for Hammer.
Without Hammer, we would not know that Pumps mixed with a bump.
Well, I don't know because I believe it was the Saint book of Michael Bivens that said, gotta keep the pumps on. Don't forget the pumps.
He did, but
we might have known that one anyway.
But he diverted us because it was that same saint who said no, that was Saint Ricardo Bell who said never trust a combination of a big butt and a smile. But if she got on pumps and a bump, she probably smiling.
Well, if they were shoes that were comfortable on her feet, sometimes the pumps hurt. And getting bent over in pumps definitely can sometimes not be comfortable.
I can't.
Not that I would know because my body count is 0.
I can't relate. Well, your body count is 1 because you got a son. Welcome back to the Double Down. Shout out to everybody that's joining us in the chat. Man, we got some real good comments. So be sure y'all keep that coming. Before we get back into the show, I want to take a moment to invite everybody to join Blaq Runs Book Club. Blaq Runs Book Club. Do you like to read? Do you like to read novels? Do you like to read books? Well, if you do, join Blaq Runs Book Club, where we will take a novel, we will read it, we will discuss it, and all you got to do to join is buy books and read them. So this month, we are highlighting Dying for Revenge by Eric Jerome Dickey. That's Dying for Revenge by Eric Jerome Dickey. It is a quality read. It is, I believe, the last book that he wrote before he passed away. So we're going to dive into that. So February, Blaq Runs Book Club, we will be reading and discussing Dying for Revenge by Eric Jerome Dickey. Pick yourself up a copy of that. Be sure you read that. And if you want to join, let me know. Send me an email, black.run.comedy@gmail.com. Subject book club. And let me know. And let's do that on the Black intellectual tip. Heather,
come on, literati. Come on.
Don't you?
I'm an author, sir.
Well, just because you write them don't mean you read them.
I would hope there'd be a correlation.
What you snacking on over there?
It's a tater tot.
You know what? Every time
you can tell when somebody had kids. It's a tater tot.
Yeah, but like your son grown. Them is for you. Quit playing like you bought them for him. You bought them solely for yourself. You might have mastered the art of tater tottery when he was but a young lad.
I mastered the art of tater tottery as a single, hardworking mom on a budget. I love them now. They are my happy place.
I love them now. Me and Todd's got a thing going on. Okay, so for those of y'all that are just joining us, tonight's topic is the invasion of the body counters. We are talking about body counts. Heather, I want to read back some of these comments because we had
some great feedback.
Nice little healthy conversation between the two of us, and some comments slid by that I feel like we just got to go back and just bring them up. One guy says, and this is Rogish the Build Monger, says men are utilized into a drone ship, if you will, to be used by both women and then society. There's another young man, RZ Parks, that says, if you compare body count to a workforce and someone has a track record of getting and quitting a lot of jobs, you would assume that that person is only there for a short time, man or women. Business Phone says men in some cases think a woman with a hefty number will be more experienced and downgrade his performance as compared to her past partners. I think that's a very, very deep statement that he made right there. That
very vulnerable, very transparent. I applaud the transparency.
Very, and that's the reason why I brought it up, because in this conversation, yeah, we joking, but the truth of the matter is, why does it matter? And it matters to different men for different reasons. Some men don't want the perception of being the last guy to the party, so to speak. Some guys don't want to be the trash refurbisher, and he turned that trash into treasure. And then some guys just don't want to measure up to her leaderboard. And no matter what she says, he'll feel like he don't measure up. In other words, if you find out that your woman's ex is immensely talented,
Jeremy,
immensely popular, or immensely well endowed, you're going to feel like you don't measure up no matter what she says. If you find out she used to date Mr. Marcus and Nick Cannon, it's like, well, you know that you ain't the richest or the pipingest dude she done been with. So then from that point, what can you have to offer that would guarantee her fidelity or your security in that relationship? So there's a lot of insecurity there. It's the same insecurity that happens on both sides. I think that neither men nor women want a person that nobody wants, but at the same time, you don't want to know that the person that you want everybody but you. It hurts equally on both ends.
But she did want him. That's why they're having a body count conversation. The trash refurbisher one, I think, is the most valid. The leaderboard, that's your ego. Because she don't have no leaderboard in the room. You're envisioning a leaderboard, like you're manufacturing a leaderboard that doesn't exist.
Cappity cap.
I could take this camera around my house. I ain't got no leaderboards up in here, bro.
Excuse me. I got to shoot that down. Let me get my laser.
Oh, my God. You wanted to use that sound effect so bad.
Yeah. I got to shoot that down because every woman has a leaderboard. Every human has a leaderboard. That's why there's all those songs about being the best that she's ever had and taking the number one spot and doing all the things that no other lover has done. And I can't hear you. You muted your mic. You say what?
I said, that's my heart, not my vagina. We're talking about the total package of a man.
You know, like I know that heart and love are used interchangeably in songs to replace coochie or genitalia. Girl, put your love all over me. Put your coochie all over me. I want to put my love deep inside of you.
Okay, but that doesn't mean it doesn't mean love when it's love.
You, so
this is not the song saying love. You're saying the song, you're the best I ever had, or my best, or whatever. You're not talking about sexual performance.
No, John Legend, Tonight.
That's him boasting. That's not her saying it.
No, he's saying
that's him saying it.
But what he said at the end, tonight I'm gonna be the best you ever had. And I don't want to brag. In other words, I know that you got somebody that's already at the top. He already in the number one spot. He is the best you ever had until tonight.
But that's him saying that. That's not her saying that. But again, it's the male ego. He needs to believe he's going to be the best.
That's him acknowledging that she has a best in mind already.
But she didn't say she did. He said it.
Say it. She didn't have to say it. She's a human. We know that somebody is the best. If you've had sex with one person, if a woman has had sex with more than one person, she has a best. There's no way. Even if a woman,
I don't have a best. I don't have an idea in my head. I don't think like that.
If a woman was only with two dudes her whole life, and then she gets with you, dude number 3, She's going to quantify y'all in the bedroom. There's no way that all three of y'all gave her the same experience in the bed. There's no way that all three of y'all have the same level of sexual performance.
I know that you need to believe that, but it's very possible that all three gave her the exact same experience.
All three of them could have been whack, but that part, yeah, I'm talking about. Okay, so 80% of women report that they've never experienced a vaginal orgasm. Most of their orgasms. Say what?
I believe it's higher than that.
You know what? It very well could be. But what they did not say is 100% of women have not ever experienced a vaginal orgasm, which means that 15 out of 100 chicks are getting it put down on them. 15 out of 100 niggas is out here really putting it down.
How many of those women were lesbians?
Even if she was a lesbian.
How many?
Old girl had to pull out some fake meat to give her vaginal orgasm. She could have gave her a clitoral orgasm with them being just lesbians. But you can't bump coochies and get no vaginal orgasm. Somebody got to penetrate you. Penetrate.
Or penetrate your brain.
Girl, your brain, that would be a brainable orgasm, not a vaginal orgasm.
Women will tell you orgasms for women are mostly mental.
Or something brain
cranial.
Cranial orgasm. Well, that's skull related.
Well, most orgasms for women are mental. It's in the mind.
Absolutely, we know this. But the point that I'm making is, if 15% of women out there have reported actually achieving an orgasm, and 85% women have reported not ever having one, then the antithesis of that logic would be, for every 100 men out there that are engaged in intercourse, only
20 of them know what they're doing.
Only 15 to 20 of them really putting it down out here. But guess what?
But is that what that means?
Hell yeah, that's what that means. If I say 20% of the people that swim in this pool drown, that means 80 of y'all don't drown.
No, babe, that's not what that means.
You're
saying it as if you're saying it like there's a thing a guy can do that can make a woman have a vaginal orgasm, and I'm telling you it's not.
It's called fuck her good.
No, that's not. No, it's a synergy. It's a nexus. It's a felt so good. Her mind was open and she knows her body.
Patients right now that are not sponsoring us. Synergy, Nexus, those
are major corporations.
Link, yeah, that they can have a synergy and a nexus that has them linked in, indeed. But that don't mean that it's gonna quantify.
It's not like a special pump a guy does that makes a woman have a vaginal orgasm.
It is.
It's not.
You know how I know?
It's her knowledge of her body and her awareness of her body and her nerves.
Special pump. You know how I know it's a special pump?
Wow.
Because when you watch girl on girl porn, the girl wearing the strap on, she don't be pumping right. Her hips don't be moving right. Like she be all.
Well, yeah, she's borrowing a penis. She doesn't know what she's doing.
In and out. Okay.
It's like a 2-year-old. His mother's shoes.
Playing dress up and you're stumbling around.
Right. It probably take a little time for them to get.
And you look goofy.
And the porn actress, like, she just showed up for work and they're like, today's your strap-on day. She's like, this is only my second time. Like, it's a job for her.
That's why I like watching amateur porn, because I don't need nobody who came to work. I need somebody who came to have sex. Like, I need to hear that smoke alarm go off intermittently. I need to hear
Mama.
Yeah, I need to hear daytime TV commercials. Like, I need to hear that carpet cleaning commercial. I need to hear like Ben Franklin Electric or Milestone Electric or something. Like, I need to hear Judge Mathis in the background. Yeah. It's my money and I need it now. That's what I need in the background. That let me know y'all in there fucking for real. Like,
and I need it now.
That's
hilarious.
Clutter around the room. I need to see, like, y'all need to quit fucking and get in there and clean up. Like,
I need to see some awkwardness. Like, she tripped a little bit. She's not used to playing for the camera. They knocked the camera over a couple of times.
That camera to fall. I need that phone to fall 2 or 3 times, and then like
for me to know it's real,
and then come back into focus and be all grainy a little bit. And that's
somebody's going, that's okay. It's okay. It's okay. Just keep going. It's okay.
I need somebody to say something sexy but unintelligible, and they partner go, huh? Like I need that. I need that. I need.
You are stupid.
Come back this way.
This is a loopy time of night.
I need that. That's what I need. What I don't need is no production. I'm too grown for produced porn. Because let me tell you something.
This guy, the boom mic guy.
Yeah. Because sometimes her foot kicked the camera. Sometimes her foot hit the mic and shit. And they can't edit that out. But more so than that, I went back and I watched. You remember this porn series in the 80s?
No. Whatever you're gonna say, no.
Remember it because we all had the same tapes coming up.
I was raised by ministers, sir. There were no porn tapes in my house.
You snuck and you watched a tape or two. Don't sit there and tell that.
No, I didn't. What's the name of the series?
The movie is called Taboo.
Okay, y'all heard of Taboo in the comments.
They came out with one called Black Taboo with an all black cast. But I said that to say, in watching one of these old school porno movies, I noticed 2 things that no longer exist in today's porn. Number 1, background music. Like what no, like as soon as
you mean music they had the rights to?
But what they would never fade the music out and fade it in or let it be on a continuous loop. Like you would hear the song stop
and then start again.
And then after 3 seconds, and then you hear boom ticka boom ticka boom ticka. That mother would start over. But not only would they loop the music, they would loop the porn scene. So it'd be like you watching this same position, and all of a sudden it would be like she would moan, then it cut to him. He'd be throwing his hair at his face. Oh yeah. Then it cut back to he cut back. He throwing his hair. Oh yeah. They would loop that same like 3 minutes. Like he hit as soon as he spanked the booty. He spanked the booty one time. He throw his hair. Oh yeah. Then the music will stop.
You are an idiot. Shut up. Stop talking.
Yeah. And they would just do that over and over again. And then they cut to the next position or the pop shot. They don't do that on porn no more now. Porn now is a continuous shot because they ain't got to change the tape. They ain't got to change.
Yeah, they got 4K cameras.
They just let that camera phone roll, boy. I'm talking about.
So in LA, a lot of the comics are porn actors.
Mm-hmm.
And in the quest for that perfect first 5 minutes, they go on stage and they start out. So I do porn. It's like you will have a hard time making that funny off top, sis.
Yeah, get that out the way. Yeah, please make that
funny.
I
do porn.
So the other day at work.
Yeah, so the other day
at work, there was this guy who came in. It was his first day there. He just came in like he ran the place. Like, no, you can't have regular workplace comedy with us, ma'am. I
know this ain't the office for porn. Side note, and that might be a good web series. The Office for Porn. Okay, go ahead.
You eat and ride meats for a living. Yeah, like what would the HR department at a porn company look like?
All HIV testing. It's like somebody walking around like, you didn't get your HIV test this week.
Yeah, they doing randoms today for drugs. No, for HIV.
HIV.
They doing random HIV testing. That's fucking hilarious. Oh my God. Hey, man, they want you.
One of them was kind of decent. I did a show with her. She was kind of decent. She just looked like a porn star. So I just think the audience was like,
was she black or white?
She was a white girl.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, she was real thin. You know how the white porn girls look. She had that look or whatever. But
about how many old porn stars like of the early 2000s, late 90s porn stars are resurging with OnlyFans accounts and stuff. Like your favorite porn stars from back in the day, they back. And you're like, damn, I ain't seen them in 20 years. What they been up to? Living a regular ass life, because she was 19 when she was doing porn, bro. Like she
spent all her money, so she ain't got nothing to show for it.
That's another thing. I thought that
not Nan 401k, not Nan IRA.
I thought porn was way more lucrative. I thought they made more money than regular movie stars.
Only the ones at the top of the food chain.
Right, like there's a Denzel and a Samuel Jackson and Jamie Foxx, Will Smith. They in the $20 million club, and then you got like people on low budget independent movies.
Mm-hmm.
Like
well, I mean, the fact that you're trying to do comedy and porn lets me know that neither's paying well enough. You know what I mean? Like
it can't be given what it was supposed to give.
Yeah, because you're at open mic night. You're at open mic night. You know what I mean?
You ain't even on in comedy, and you
You're starting at the bottom. You're like, well, maybe this comedy thing will get me an agent.
I just don't think you can come on D and then do comedy at the same time. I don't.
Come on D and comma D. Oh, a little wordplay here at the Double Down. Little wordplay.
Did you see it? Did you see it when I did it?
I did. It was very impressive.
Okay.
Color me impressed.
One. You know what I'm talking about? Like,
yeah.
But I say, but God is fair because he give the best coochie to the ugliest, baddest, and craziest women out there. That's who God put the good coochie on. Like all men know this. That's the takeaway when we get that bad chick that's career driven and got her head on straight and she smell good and her coochie don't stink. We know that pussy gonna be trash. Cause you got too much going for you. Like you the type of girl that get grossed out by giving head. You the type of girl that you don't do a lot of positions, you know. You get turned off.
Well, it is really gross.
What? Sex doing it?
No. Head. It's really gross.
See, that's how I know.
It's gross. It doesn't, I mean, I'm not, it happens, but we're not going to act like it's not gross. Of course it's gross.
Grosser, giving a dude head or giving a girl head?
They're both gross.
But only
they're
one. They're
both your face in somebody's pee hole. They're gross.
But only one of them spits mucus on you if you do a good job.
No, they both do. They're both urine / mucus portals.
Do semen got mucus in it?
Isn't that what give it the consistency?
Mm-mm.
You sure, honey? You sure it's no mucoid?
Yeah. Mucoids. He got some bacteria.
Oh my God! What are we going to call this episode? Yeah. Okay, so I feel like this episode has a lot of titles. It could be called Body Count. It could also be called Negro Haberdashery, or it could be called Mucoid.
My next point about body counts. Body counts for a woman are important because they affect how your coochie smell.
And body counts for men are important because they reflect how many people you give bacterial vaginitis to. I mean, come on.
I don't know what it's called. Vaginosis, vaginitis. All I know is what's wrong with your vagina. That's all I know. It ain't giving what it's supposed to have gave.
Vaginitis or whatever it's called.
Your panties are never.
I didn't go to school for medical.
Your panties are never supposed to smell like pocket change.
And that's the iron in your body, honey. That's perfectly normal. That has nothing to do with
iron, man.
That's iron. Hello. That's why. Pocket change.
You get your water and
okay, here's the thing. God created us to love each other, and we were supposed to love each other through the gross parts. Because every single one of us has a lot of gross parts. It's just gross.
Every woman want to act like her coochie don't stink a little bit.
Well, the ones that don't get used don't stink.
That's a lie. That is a
Now
damn.
that's sad if
Them
that's happening, because that shouldn't be happening.
Worse. Them the ones that smell the worst.
Because ain't nobody getting them together. Ain't nobody saying, hey now.
Ain't nobody expectorating that mucus.
Expectorating.
Yeah.
No, it's probably more likely yeasty, tight jeans, bad fitting panties, things like that.
Oh man, sometimes you take.
I like to educate people. We can't just be talking reckless.
Like a good beer. Goddamn me, I'm talking about Red Stripe, red beer. I'm talking about.
I'm so over this conversation. So we to wrap it up, we agree that you should lie about your body count. And I'm glad that we're agreeing on this first episode of the Double Down.
But we can find something to agree on. Okay, you know what? That brings us to our next section. What you mean
we don't agree? We did all that talking for 17 hours and we don't agree? That's crazy.
That's what we're gonna do on the Double Down. Never agree. We're gonna disagree to agree. And agree to disagree. But I tell you what, I can agree.
Shout out to the comments real quick, because they wilding in these comments. They got their own jokes. Appreciate y'all for hanging out with us and staying in tune with this ridiculous conversation.
Yeah. To the people that came over that were once followers of mine from the Midnight Oil Show with me and Ty Davis, thank y'all for coming back. To the new followers and new fans, we appreciate y'all. It's Dallas, it's Detroit in the building. It's the Double Down. We're gonna have to come up with an emoji for what are we gonna call the faithful viewers of the show, Heather?
Oh, what are we gonna call our fan nation?
Yeah.
I don't know. The Double D's? Is that just girls?
Well,
guys aren't going to be called the Double D's.
I don't know a nigga around that doesn't love a double D.
But that doesn't mean he wants to be called one. Hey, you're a tit.
A big titty at that.
You a big ass titty. I don't know. That sounds kind of effeminate. I don't know. We'll come up with something.
You ain't the part by the deodorant, you good.
Fashionable Negro haberdashery. Okay.
Bespoke. Oh my God. The Bespokes.
That is definitely my favorite phrase of the night. So how are we going to wrap this inaugural episode up? What is our question?
Segment, because I believe in leaving on a positive note. You know, this is all about harmony, Black unity, male and female synchronicity.
Are we going to do the one I suggested?
Yes.
Okay, let's go.
So to close out our segment, y'all, I'm with you when you're right. This week, we're doing what's wrong with Black people names? Why the hatred for original Black names?
So I was on IG the other day and this girl posted up this thing that was like, Black people name their kids Eric and La Eric, but white people name their kids Hunter and Troy. What's wrong with us? And I was like, absolutely nothing. The last time a white person invented a new word was 1741. Every new word to the lexicon has come from a Black or brown person. So to me, what y'all call made up names.
Without giving us the whole nugget, what was the last word that was invented by white people?
1741.
Yes. Because I think I know what it is.
What do you think it is?
I think the word is motherfucker.
You think that was the last word?
Yes. Because that was a term originally.
Coined. That's British. Yeah, that's British as fuck.
That was a word coined for the breeding farms, the slaves that were actually sometimes forced to breed with their own mothers.
God, that's awful. Wow, way to bring the inaugural episode down. Wow. I think that was the last word, though.
So you don't know the last word that was invented in 1747?
A hillbilly.
Hillbilly.
Yes, a hillbilly was a person, because they used to call the British the Williams because they were all named William. So the Williams that moved to Virginia and Kentucky and moved into the hills were called the hillbillies.
Hill Williams.
The Williams of the Hills.
The Williams of the Hills.
They were the fringe.
And
the fringe settlers.
Are motherfuckers. That's crazy.
Yes, see. So when you guys want to talk about the Black girl that named her baby, Jefferson Tavius or whatever, know that she put some thought into her child's name, and she was trying to be creative. Something that Black people do. That's what we do. We innovate. We create. We create words. We keep the language going.
The suffix vious to end the word Octavius, Frontavius, Jaquavius,
leadership.
First of all, the Romans did that first. All right.
Yeah.
So let's not look down, because the ancient African names were more syllabic than sonic. So their name didn't have a whole bunch of vowels and shit, and it was a bunch of clicks and hums and moans and stuff. So you go over to some countries in Asia and stuff like that, you ask a person what's their name, they tell you their name, you be like, you be like, no. I said,
different parts of the throat.
You be like, okay. You go in Russia and look at how a name is spelled. It might be P, C, Z.
No vowels.
In both
17 consonants.
N, you know what I'm saying? And they be like, what is that? And he be like, Russell. You be like, you're a goddamn lie. You don't say Russell.
Popovich. It's like 17 Z's in this. Where did you have to get Popovich?
Look at some of them Greek names. Nigga, man, look at Giannis Antetokounmpo.
Yanni Antetokounmpo.
Yeah, he got Aten, Pentin, Ben10, Tuon Kwon, Yompon. You got way too many.
What we need to remember is that every word, every sound we make started off as something made up. You know what I mean? Like, they're all made up. The language is made up. You know what I'm saying?
Differentiate each other from another. So when I'm calling out, everybody don't come running when I only want one particular person to come over to me. So I go, nah. And that means that person is that person.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's not look down on a person for being creative.
And we gotta stop. We gotta stop tearing us down for doing that, because that's actually something that's very dope about us, that we're still creating words for a old hybrid bastard language that is actually a composite of 17 other languages. So
new words, that means that we can create a new language, since they robbed us of our old one. Don't look at evolution like it's something wrong, because we all got white folks' names anyway.
And Hunter and Troy are professions and cities. So that's not better. You know what I mean? Like, okay, that's not better. Because back in England, which is where, the mother country for this country once upon a time, your job was your name. Yeah. No, your job was your name.
That's what I'm saying.
If his name was Baker, it's because he was the baker.
Right.
If his last name was Blaq, it's because he did something with metal.
Right.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? So that's absolutely zero creativity, zero anything. It's like Mr. Baker. All right, that's John Baker. You know what I mean? They used to, that's why everybody had the same.
Smith or John Porter or John Walker.
Exactly. So it's not, when we compare ourselves to the Anglican words, we need to do it with some historical context. So here we are being creative and innovative and being mocked for it, and being compared to a group of people that had zero imagination, zero creativity, and spent 400 years stealing it from other groups. What are we really proud of? And I'm saying this as a Heather. I'm saying this as a Black Heather. Exactly. So, and if my mother would have called me Da Heather or La Heather, I'd still be the same person. A rose by any name. So we're gonna stop. Let's not take that into 2023. You bring me Deontay. That's cool. Deontay with every vowel.
I'm talking about every vowel his name. His name is Deontay. It's T apostrophe D apostrophe Ante.
Spelled Aeiounty. Okay. I think that's what
name is Tante.
That's exactly. And everybody call him something. He got 16 nicknames. He Tay over here. He DD over here. Okay. So what I do is when I meet people, I'm quick to make your name ghetto. So I'll take a Stanley and call him the Stanley.
The Stanley.
I'll come up with a way to make it ghetto. Because I don't like when y'all act like that about names. So
so Heather is out here negrifying your name.
I'm a negrify your name.
Back enough. Heather, ironically, is out here putting extra
Heather
on people's names. La Heather is out here.
And do you want to know why? Heatherica. I like that one. Heatherica. I like when the mama take two names and put them together. Heatherica.
Heatherica.
Because one time I asked my mama why she named me Heather, because I lived in the ghetto and there was no other Heathers. And my life was hard being the Black Heather in the ghetto. And she said, I wanted you to be able to get a job. And I was like, why were you thinking that when you were looking at your baby? Like, why were you thinking about where I would work and who would hire me? You know why? Because Black people have to think like that. So unfortunately, we have choices. You know, you
got to have a resume worthy name.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? That's a whole line of thinking in the Black community. And that's because racism, systemic racism, you know what I mean?
Employees. When now we can raise our kids to be bosses, and a boss can have whatever fucking name they
want. And as soon as it ties into racism, for me, I become very rebellious. So you want me to be Heather? I'm gonna be Heatherica, Chanel, Demetria, Lakeisha, Harris. Just because you're trying to judge me based off my name, I'm coming in the door like, what if now? Just because you're trying to judge me, I'm gonna give you something to judge.
Tyrone. That's all one name.
Yep.
That's my first name.
Jonte Tyrone. One name.
don't overpronounce the Tay in Jonte.
Jonte Tyrone. Because you only got a couple seconds to get the other two syllables out. Jonte Tyrone.
Yeah. Now my middle name is Oliver because that was my grandfather's name.
Yes. But y'all can't call me that. Y'all got to call me Jonte Tyrone.
No, you can't call me Johnny O. No, you can't call me.
And now listen, let me tell you what white people will do. White people like to shorten your name.
What?
They like to make up nicknames. They used to call me Hev.
What?
And it would drive me crazy. Hey, Hev, stop calling me Hev. Stop calling me.
You could have just finished. You could have finished and put the her in there.
It's like, only one more syllable. And we're not friends. Or you know my actual nicknames. So you can call me, you can call me Heather.
If
or you call me Miss Harris. Yeah. Because everybody knows that a sign of love in the Black community is a personalized nickname. Everybody knows. If you got a Black friend, if anybody white is watching this, which I'm sure they're not, but if anybody white is watching this, if you got a Black friend and they don't have a nickname for you, they don't like you.
They don't fuck with you like that.
They don't like you.
They don't fuck with you like that. And their nickname for you probably don't sound pleasant, but it comes from a place
of love. It comes from a private joke or a variation of the pronunciation of your name. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, let you be a big-eared ass child. Your nickname in the hood gonna be ears.
Could be. Or if your name is, if I work with you and your name is, and everybody call you Diana, I might call you Lady Di.
Save the world. And they'd be like, here we are with Dr. Philip J. Johnson, save the world. And we be like, hey, come here, my nigga, ears on TV.
Ears on TV. And we proud of you. And we proud and we happy to know you. We happy that we have a closeness to you that allows us to have a personal name. I explained this to my first roommate when I moved out to LA, because I used to call her other names. And she used to just be like, what? I used to call her and her dog other names. And she would just be like, and I'll be like, that's love in the Black community. If I called you by your name, I don't like you.
Yeah, that mean you're a stranger.
Yeah, you're a stranger. Yeah.
Obama is bigger Barry somewhere in them Kansas streets. You better know that. It's a nigga that called him Big-Eared Barry.
Yeah. Absolutely. 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 Yeah. Or some other ridiculous nickname or whatever. So
yeah,
it's just what we do. And so we name from our heart. So yeah, your mama called you what she called you, but I'm calling you what I'm calling you because it's from my heart. So when I look at my baby and I call my twins Eric and La Eric, that came from a place of love. So let me have that and don't judge me for that.
And I hope your twins are boys and girls, so I can call them Denise and the nephew.
And the niece and the nephew, my angel and my king. Okay.
The one and the other one.
The one and the other one. Devontae and Dalvin. One time I met a woman, she named her kids Devontae and Dalvin.
Miggity Miggity Mac Daddy and the Miggity Diggity Mac.
Daddy Mac, Mac Daddy. Mm-hmm.
Millie.
Kid and play.
You better come on, because that's where I was going next. That's where the hell I was going next. Girl, because you know what?
And those were clearly nicknames. Those were clearly nicknames they had earned somewhere along their childhood lives. They earned the names of Kid and Play.
It's two girls that are twins. Their names right now are Francesca and Francine. But in the hood, everybody called them Tia and Tamara.
Why? Because they twins?
Because they twins. Because they asses is twins.
And for no other reason.
Niggas call them Tia and
that's Tia and Tamara. We got our own sister.
And they not even black. They actually half Mexican and half white. But it don't matter. They went to our best school, lived in our black neighborhood.
And so they got called Tia and Tamara. And they had wavy hair. We used to have some twins in our neighborhood, and everybody called them double D.
Yes. Bookends. Look alike. Who knows?
Or twin, the famous twin. And you know what I noticed? I've never met white twins where everybody calls them twins. Every black twins I know, somebody is twin and twin.
His name is Twin.
It's twin. Your name is Twin.
I don't care if they boys or girls. Then they'll be like, Twin.
Twin. Where your brother at? Flat out. And I've known so many white twins because I went to white schools. So I know so many white twins, and nobody ever called them twins. So that's ours.
The only people that call twins by their real names was ones who was real close to them, and you can tell them apart when they wasn't with each other.
Right. Everybody else didn't feel like looking that hard at your face.
Dalvin got a skinny face. That's fact.
And you still got their names.
What's up, twin?
So yeah. All right. I think we ended on a positive message about fostering love.
Yes, let us know our test episode of Double Down. You know what I'm saying?
Follow me on IG, Heather JAYH, and Ron is comedian Blaq Ron with a Q.
Always. And also be sure that you like, share, and subscribe. We're going to have all kind of extra stuff for y'all in a minute and everything. So to the double D's, the dubs, you know what I'm talking about?
The dubs. There we go, the dubs. I like that one better.
Thank y'all for pulling up. You know what I'm talking about?
The next episode not gonna be 4 hours. Just so y'all know. Every episode not gonna be 4 hours. So
4 hours, really?
Like 3.5.
No, we not nearly gonna give them that much. We testing the topic. We're gonna give y'all like some hour-long, you know what I'm talking about, easily digestible podcasts. But yeah, man.
Podcast station.
Yeah, you know what I'm talking about, because it's all about the particularity.
On this bespoke, fashionable Negro network.
That is the Double Down. Take it once, take it twice. And if you got some left, pass to somebody you love, man. For Heather J, I'm Blaq Ron, and we'll see y'all